game. From the East Coast to the West Coast, from Oregon to Georgia State. Touchdowns and home runs, slam dunks and long run. Athletes and sports junkie. If you got the knowledge, come get you some. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Sound mad, cause your team lost. Jerry Jones, cause I'm the ball. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Crush, Jack, yeah, black up.
Ooh, it's that time. It's time for the Dope and Sports Show on radio to invade your airways. Hey man, it's the Crush. We're streaming live on the Sensation Station Network and also broadcasting on WBLZSports.com. I am your humble co-host, E. Glaze. And with me as always is that guy, Maceo Hurd with the Jordans on. What you got on today, man? Which one?
I know what was really going on today. I just went Huaraches today. I couldn't decide which Jordan to go with today, man.
That was a big decision.
Yeah, man. I couldn't because
He joined everywhere else, though.
I know, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, you leave from head to toe.
well, I had to decide. Like when I looked in the closet, I wasn't feeling nothing in the closet today. So I was like,
that's when you got a lot of shoes when you say.
I wasn't feeling what was in the closet today, man. Yeah, man.
Well,
because what I really wanted to wear, I wanted to move for high top tennis shoes today.
Okay. I know you head to toe. You usually be everything. But.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, but I had too much going on today, man. I had a lot going on today.
I know.
Yeah, a lot going on today, man.
And y'all heard her voice. She's here, ready to spread some wisdom. A lot going on. What's happening, Wendy?
Man, it's a lot going on, but I'm good. I'm here.
We are here. It's college football, recruiting 101. I almost say college football, but I'm just ready for football so much it don't even matter no more. I just want to see it. Had a little taste of it last week. We got a lot of good stories to go through. Make sure give them a quick summary of what we got, man.
Man, we gonna go into our mailbag a little bit today, man. Again, we get so many questions, and I'm gonna start forwarding a lot of this stuff to Wendy too. So we're gonna go through the mailbag a little bit.
Hey, Wendy, we got about 8. Can you knock it out before we get back?
Yeah. We're gonna do a lot of that, man. We're gonna talk about the rise of Justin Fields, man. He's officially the #1 player in the country on every scouting service, so we're gonna talk about that. Lane Kiffin has given FAU a new name. They call them Last Strike University.
Trying to get that TV deal.
That is what he calling them now.
Trying to get that TV deal.
We're gonna talk about. We can't talk about the test enough. We're gonna continue to tell people these test dates because we need these kids signed up for the test. And we're gonna talk about the attributes of a winning program.
You know what's funny? When I check on tests for my daughter, I say, let me go look at the old show, see what we said.
Right.
See what we said.
It matters.
So according to Wendy, we got till this date to do this test.
Right. So I mean,
it.
it's very vital that we get these test dates out because again, a lot of the parents, a lot of the kids, they're not spending the proper time in the counseling center.
Right.
You know, they're not looking online. Wendy tells you guys all the time, this information is easy to find. And they're still not doing it, and they're still walking around acting like, oh, so when is this and when? And I'm like, come on, y'all tripping.
I told you that already.
So we're gonna cover a lot of that tonight, man. And then I have a recruiting story that I want to share with you, Wendy, because a couple of the kids, I've talked to a couple of kids, and they're talking about taking advantage of their 5 to do 4.
Yep.
Using summer school to get their degree. They're trying to get 2 degrees.
That's exactly what you should be doing.
They're trying to get 2 degrees
I
out
took
of
5.
the
I took my 5.
You know, because I mean, you're an athlete, you can stay the summer and go to summer school.
Sure can.
So we're going to talk about that. A couple of very good stories I've heard about what kids are doing with that. So man, again, man,
And also,
we're going to give you everything.
I just want to give a little snippet. I want to talk about a guy that we've had in here, Kamar.
Yeah.
At Louisville now. And we all had a chance to talk to him, and I looked at his video. Him going through a different process that a lot of kids went through, man. So
Yeah.
he's at Louisville right now, and just can't be more proud. I hope he keep it going, man. And just
Without a doubt.
the recruiting, man, is you want it, you got to go get it.
Got to go get it.
The Crush Intro is brought to you by Hard Work Apparel. Hard Work Apparel was designed to unlock the psychological elements of dry design and determination. That's that 3D effect, which is necessary to push the body and mind to its optimal level of performance. Once you wear Hard Work Apparel, you'll subliminally feel obligated to work at a high level. Please visit www.hardwork.com for more information. And what's the motto, Maceo?
Hey man, hard work ain't easy, baby.
Hard work ain't
Know that.
easy. Stay with us, man. We'll be right back.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Hot topics.
We're going to these hot topics brought to you by Dr. Kevin Dancy. If your smile has been coming to you, you should be coming to us. Dr. Kevin Dancy has been practicing dentistry for 16 years in beautiful Southwest Atlanta. His office is located at 3752 Cascade Road, Suite 190. Complete family dentistry with everything you need in one office. Call and make an appointment at 678-836-2118. That's 678-836-2118. Make sure, what's the hot topic for today?
So it's official. Justin Fields is the top player in the country on everybody's recruiting board. Every service has this kid, Harrison High School senior, as the top quarterback in the country, top athlete in the country. When I talk about, we talking about a kid who, I mean, we saw his rise. Mm-hmm. He, when I tell you he worked the camp angle, this is a perfect example of it. Talk about it, Wendy.
You know, hey, if he out there doing his thing and he got them grades straight, I'm all for it. As long as them grades right. That's my big thing. Dude, let's go. I love it.
I mean, he was committed to Penn State.
Right.
Took his commitment off the books and said, he opened it back up. Glaze, I mean, he's up in your neck of the woods. Glaze, what you think about this?
He got everybody's attention during the 7-on-7, but us up there in the Cobb County area, we knew about him because he was killing us up there. I mean, the kid is a phenomenal athlete. He can throw the football. He can run the football. He actually put Harrison on the map up there. I mean, when he played a couple of schools that I know, all they kept talking about is this kid is awesome. And then, like you said, he went through the camps this summer, and everybody else saw he was awesome and was like, we need to jump on this early because the kid up there at Cartersville was number one for a while.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Yeah. But Justin must have really impressed them to take that over because a lot of the kids are now on him. And you know what, mate? You still got to play the game. His first 2 games he's played so far have been awesome. And he's been killing it in his scrimmage and the game he played last week. So
Does he have to win a state championship? Does that matter in this grand scheme?
No. I mean, unfortunately, no. I think if he still is dominant in every game, which I believe he will, just to be honest with you, I don't know if Harrison has enough around him.
Right. So
to win.
That's my question.
They are a good team, but that's because of him. But I don't think they have enough to win a state championship. So, I mean, and let me ask y'all: if y'all been around it, you've seen great players. When do you? Great is great. And especially in the high school, you don't have to be a champ.
Right, right.
You can tell, he's going to be killing when he's the best player I've seen in a while. And state championships are nice, but if you ain't got the wheels or horses to go around you, you might not get it. So
that's the thing with football. You can't win a state championship with a one-person team. That does not happen. Basketball, you might can pull some miracles.
You might go pretty far with basketball, but
football,
yeah,
there's no way.
The ultimate team sport.
Right.
We do know that. And like I say, so his 4 choices right now Florida State, Georgia, Florida, and Auburn. Those are the 4 schools that they say that he's narrowed his choices down to. Me personally, in talking with me,
I can knock one of them off the list for him, but okay.
yeah, I can too. I can actually knock 2 of them off if you would listen.
I probably got a second one too.
Right. Me personally, I wish he would think about Penn State again.
Right.
Because he would become Penn State hadn't probably had a player of his skill set in their program at the quarterback position in a long time. He would become the man if he went to Penn State. But that's just me thinking. Because a lot of people think he really likes Georgia. I'm like, why does he like Georgia?
I don't. And here's the thing: when you're a kid of this talent, you're the number 1 player. Why go where they got other players? If you can make your impact your freshman year, you know what I'm saying? Why not go to I see Penn State.
Right.
Well, you go to Penn State and you become a god.
Listen, James Franklin, Big Ten, big stages.
You know, Georgia got 2 kids. I know the other school you talking about. I mean,
the thing
Auburn's young. They still got a bunch of quarterbacks in these 4 schools.
I think, look at the depth chart.
Exactly.
Look at the depth chart. I really hope that they're factoring all of this stuff in. Because I'm like, if you go to Georgia, dude, man, please.
They already got 2 sliding. I'm just being honest. I mean,
slide the move.
Man, when we come back, man, we're going to talk some more. Still stay with us. Recruiting 101, The Crush.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you, A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I am an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place finish first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert, and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army Strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
I'm Fred Khalil of CBS 46 Sports. You're listening to The Crush on the Sensation Station Network.
Hey, man, we're back. You know, it's Recruiting 101. Episode 55. 55. Remind me of an old player that used to play for the Falcons. We see him a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Who won 55 for the Falcons?
You know, we saw him at Sweet Lounge. Your boy, South Carolina.
Oh, John Abraham.
Abraham, baby.
He sure did. I thought you talking Buddy Curry or somebody. Yeah, I don't know.
We're back up.
Yeah.
What we got, Messiah?
So, Lane Kiffin, he says you can start calling Florida Atlantic. He said it's LSU, Last Strike University.
What was the name I gave it last week? I can't even remember.
You call it something crazy too. But at present count, they have 12 kids who have transferred into their program.
Wow.
Wendy, when you hear numbers like that, Wendy, what you think about that?
I mean, I'm happy that he's trying to give some of these kids a second chance.
Some of these kids
another
third, fourth, and fifth chance.
Yes, I said, you never said another chance.
Right.
That's what I called it, Another Chance University.
Another Chance University, right.
And that's what I like better. But anyway, you know, I like that he's trying to give these athletes another opportunity. However, a lot of them have proven that they may not be worthy of it. But, you know, it's going to hurt him if they don't do well.
Right.
And, you know, I'm glad that he is giving them the opportunity, and hopefully this will be their chance to show, hey, I'm improved, I'm ready to do this, I'm focused, I can be a student and an athlete. I just think that so many of those kids think they can go somewhere and be an athlete, and they don't have to do the student part. And so then they start doing all the other stuff, and they all off track. Hint some of your boys that they just ain't going to make it. He already back home, ain't he?
Who that?
West Georgia.
Yeah. He already went back home. Yeah. What do you think about it, Glaze?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I hear about, and I would like to know, Wendy, I don't know, what type of academic program are they doing at Florida Atlantic? Because, you know, if a lot of these kids are coming down there, you got to deal with the discipline problem.
They need a 1-to-1 ratio with an academic advisor.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, who's...
1-to-1.
Because, I mean, you got to get the books right still at Florida Atlantic. I mean, it might be final strike you or last strike you, whatever you call it, but... Well, you still got to do the grades.
This is what we know. We know that it has to be a standard for them to get in. So the JUCO guys, they had to get their degree.
Right. It's okay.
So they are. I think when you look at Lane Kiffin, to me, Lane Kiffin is a guy who really on his last chance as well.
Okay, I ain't want to say that, but
yeah, I mean, because think about it. He was given an NFL job.
Like 4 opportunities, right?
Right. He was given an NFL job too early. Then, you know, he got a great job at Tennessee, and he just blew that off to go to USC. Then he got ran out of USC. So for him, this is him proving himself as well.
I'm glad you said it, because I was thinking that. I was like, dude, this might be your last chance.
This might be his last chance for him to prove that he's a head coach.
Right.
Because, I mean, we know he's a great offensive coordinator. We know he's a great
He's
mind.
putting himself in that role.
Right.
Yes.
So this is his chance to prove to people that, hey, I can run a successful program.
But to take that, now he's taking chances on 12 kids, though.
And that's a lot to take.
That's a lot of chances.
That's a lot to take on at one time.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you take on 2 or 3, you can have a 1-to-1 ratio.
Right.
12
is a lot.
That's a lot.
It's going to be interesting because you look at the DeAndre kid, the quarterback who got kicked out. It was all over Good Morning America. He understands that this is one opportunity to show, whether it be NFL, whatever. This is his chance to play big-time college football because nobody called.
Right.
And the difference between what Florida Atlantic can do and then the school that's last chance is D1. I mean, you still can play caliber opponents. So you still can get a good look. You still get ESPN. You don't really need a Netflix, but I can see a Netflix coming up.
Yeah, but the thing about it, being there with Lane Kiffin, one thing we know, a lot of cameras are going to be around.
Oh, yeah.
They already have like 3 or 4 games that'll be televised. So, I mean, this could be a good thing for these kids. Yeah. It really could.
But I would like to know, Wendy, if you know you know all this stuff, but the academic requirement to get in Florida Atlantic.
I'll look it up when we go to break.
Let's see, I'd be interested.
Because those that are coming from a JUCO are
Right.
coming with the same.
They gotta have the same thing.
Right,
Yeah.
you're done. You got to have all that stuff completed. So JUCO completed. So you're really coming in with like an associate.
And then I think James Franklin got his
degree.
Associate.
Yeah.
Then he got his degree from Auburn. So he taking grad classes.
This
So
is interesting. All right, last strike you. We'll be right back.
Baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And lead the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush.
SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
We're back, man. Before we go into the next make show, let me just ask this in your opinion. Do you think Lane's taking a chance by doing this? It's because, I mean, you like second chances. We all like people who give people
and third, fourth, and fifth chances.
Yeah,
as well.
but that's a lot because, like you said, this is his 4th, 5th school. He has to win, but he got to also run a program that's clean.
Right.
He can't have a lot of crap coming up out of there.
I don't know. I ain't worried about clean. I think Lane believes with these kids that he bringing, he's trying to infuse as much talent as he can.
Right.
Because he knows he has to generate wins.
So that's number one for him.
Yeah. For him, it's wins. And him bringing in, again, these are kids that were like 4 or 5 star kids that were at major universities. And now they're at Florida Atlantic where they're not going to be playing ACC, SEC type talent. But let's not forget, like, it's kids, and I got some numbers we can bear out later on. These kids can play everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, these kids don't need to walk in, James Franklin don't need to walk in and just think, because I was at Florida State and I was at Auburn, that, I'm going to be the guy.
Gucci around here.
Yeah, it's going to be somebody going to put their hands on you because they understand that by putting hands on you, it's going to give me an opportunity.
Yeah.
So, for Lane, it's about wins. Lane has to win.
Wins and losses.
I mean, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And now I'm pretty sure they're like talking graduation rate. But we know some probably in they put the air quotes on it.
But they brought him in first to get some victories.
They brought him in.
He can't come in 75, 66.
Nah, they brought him in to inject some life into the football program because, like it or not, he is a name.
He is
He's a very sexy name in college football, and I think he will get more like quarterbacks because people understand that he's this offensive genius. So I think it's not gonna be hard for him to go recruit quarterbacks, receiver. And then you got to think that he got Kendall Briles as his offensive coordinator. And if you've watched Baylor football, just think about when RG3 was in college. Kendall Briles was the reason that he won the Heisman Trophy because of the offense.
Let me ask this one, though. If you had a guy like Lane that you knew and was coaching, how would you feel as somebody? Would you feel okay telling your kid to go down there and play for a guy like this?
I was looking at the requirements of the school, and the school is actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a medical college down there, so I was looking at I was looking at all those things. So I'm always going to take that part into consideration because I'm thinking, athletics doesn't last always.
Right.
So, but playing for Lane, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think it would be more about selling the school and what the school has to offer and making sure that that's someplace that you can survive with or without him. Because longevity may not be there. Just depends on how it goes.
The next job.
And that's really what I'm thinking. Like, that's really.
Let's be real.
Right.
That's what you just said.
And part of recruiting is understanding that when I do pick this school, will the coach be there all 4 years? Like, as part of the questions that you need to ask on this trip. Like, you have to listen,
It's a big question.
you don't want to get somewhere at the end of the year, coach gone.
Yeah, and that's why you got to buy Florida Atlantic.
Because the next coach come in might not like your skill set. Your skill set might not match up to what he do. So
It's very interesting, man.
yeah, I mean we saw it firsthand with Drake when they came in and they took his offer from Georgia. So it is what it is, man.
Man, we got more topics for you, so just sit back, relax, man. Recruiter 101. It's the Crush.
Uncle Dan?
Mom? Dad?
If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them.
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over.
As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
it helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
And will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Judge Hatchett, and you're listening to The Crush on SSNATL.com.
Man, let me just say this, man. I see people I haven't seen for a long time, but when they come on the show, maybe I pay more attention to them, like Judge Hatchett. I see her everywhere these days, man.
She working, man. She in these streets,
man,
baby. She working.
Hey, man, thank y'all for listening, man. You listen to The Crush Sports Talk on Sensation Station Network and WLZ Sports here in Show 55. John Abraham Show.
No doubt.
Recruiting 101. And make sure you got another topic for us.
So, man, our next topic that we need to discuss, and this is big because season is in, football season is in, basketball season be coming up, baseball, and it's all about your performance. If you can't get the job done on Friday night, so this is one of the first questions that I got in the inbox earlier this week. So basically, if you can't get the job done on Friday nights and you don't flash on film, basically, should I still be going to camps? So the parent basically want to know, okay, we're not getting playing time. We're clearly not doing their part. So should I still be spending money going to camps for exposure? What you think about it, Wendy?
I think that you probably are going to have to go to some camps. I think you should decide carefully on which camps you're going to go to.
Right.
I wouldn't go to very large camps where there are going to be a lot of participants because you're going to run obviously into the same situation that you're probably seeing on Friday night. Also, I would even go as far as to look into, are you doing some other training outside of football? Are you just lifting at school? and then working out at school? Are you doing anything other than that? What type of regimen are you for that? Because there may be some specific skill things that you need to work on, and your coach may be able to advise you on those, may be able to point you to somebody even on the staff that's willing to work with you. So I'm not saying you have to go pay for an additional trainer, but there may be somebody that's willing to work with you on those specific skills. So you have to ask those questions. You know, if I'm not playing, what do I need to work on to get more time so that I can get the exposure that I'm looking for?
Right.
I've never seen anybody turn a kid down that's asking, that wants to work for it. Now, if you ask and then you don't want to work for it, you're not getting what you're asking for.
Right. Glaze, talk about it, Glaze.
Well, yeah, and here's the reason why. And I co-sign everything Wendy said, but also you may go to a camp and see people working that makes you want to work a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
And you might say, okay, I ain't putting that grind in enough. I need to do some things. And the camp can't hurt. But I wouldn't go I wouldn't go every weekend try to hit two. No, something about your game ain't right. But I would go to a few, like when they say the smaller ones, work out with some people, be around some other kids that you see working, and maybe it'll click something. Because some of y'all get on y'all teams and get bullheaded, like, man, coach just don't like me. Yeah. Then you get out there, you might need to go around other kids that see how they working and be like, oh, it ain't coach.
This takes me back to what I always like to talk about. You have to perform.
Yeah.
You know, you have to perform in the classroom. You got to perform on the field. If you're standing on the sideline, if you're on the bench, if you down the depth chart, it's a reason you're down the depth chart. Oh, yeah. And you have to look yourself in the mirror first and foremost. What am I doing? Clearly, I'm not doing enough.
I'm not doing something.
I'm not doing something.
Man, quit blaming your coach.
Quit blaming your coach. And the thing, I like what you were talking about. Be honest. Be honest with your assessment of your skill set first. No need for you at 5'7", 5'8", 145 pounds, talking about, well, I'm going to Georgia, going to Florida. No, don't do that. Because now you're setting yourself up, and then, you know, we've had a couple people keep talking about, you know, no need for camp money if you can't get the test score.
Well, that's first and foremost, man.
So, I mean,
you got your dang grade. You might well just quit wasting people's time.
Right, but again, parents and kids, they have to be honest about their skill set. You know, you're probably not going to a Power 5 school. And again, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't go to a Power 5 school because, again, you want to be able to use your talent to receive a scholarship for you to further your education.
Coaches want to win.
Coaches want to win. The best guy going to play.
Right.
So if you
the best guy going to play.
If you third on the depth chart, that means you ain't putting the coach in a position to win.
It's a reason you're third on the depth chart.
I mean, and to go back to your question, the reason why I say camps, because we know how kids get. Man, coach ain't playing me because he don't like me. He like them. Okay, go to a camp, and you see him hit that break a little harder than you do.
Right.
That's something for you. Right. But don't spend a whole bunch of money to go on a camp think you're going to get a D1 scholarship.
And I like to ask kids this all the time because the parent who sent me this inbox, and I was like, well, how hard do you guys work? Like, you know, what's his bench? Yeah. What's his 40? You know, does he play anything besides the sport? And she was like, well, no, we don't play another sport. And which made me say, well, all his eggs are in this basket.
Right.
Why isn't his 40 time better? Why? Yeah. Listen, it's a trainer. It's enough trainers with this work out here in this city,
boy,
for you to get your son skill set in a better place.
We can rip you off about 8 of them
right now.
It's just in your area, every corner of Georgia
right now.
We are friends with trainers.
They're doing it
you need to go
everywhere.
Yeah.
And again, your performance, and it's like what we talk about with these highlight tapes.
Yeah.
You know, listen, coaches listen. Of course, you're gonna send your 5 best plays.
Absolutely.
What are you doing when the camera not on you?
And plus, in high school, you have 4 days every week to show what you can do. You have 4 days every week.
Yeah.
To show that you want to play on Friday night.
Listen, as a young gun, as a youngin' on the varsity, what I realized early before I got time, I was like, listen, ain't nobody holding for the kicker. I can do that.
Your niche, man.
Right.
Just
That's
get on the
easy.
field.
That get you there.
Just get on the field.
Make a tackle on a kickoff.
something.
Turn them laces around.
But the thing about you have to serve your time. And again, listen, you got to put the work in. Because again, it's a reason that kid is in front of you. It's a reason.
And we'll be right back.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
Your health is at stake. Diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, inflammation, and joint pain, even weight loss. It's time to end your battle. The Abundant Life Movement is dedicated to the building of generational health by transforming your water with the power of alkaline to improve hydration and fight against acidic and unhealthy conditions in the body. Here's a testimonial from Linda Rogers Brown and Pamela McMillan.
2011, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had no pain and no symptoms associated with that illness. It's a silent killer. I was introduced to Extreme X2O alkaline water, and within 2 days of drinking it, I was off all my pain medicine, and now we're 6 years strong, no chemo, no radiation, no cancer.
I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I was born with thyroid cancer. By being on the alkaline products allowed me to be able to cope currently with colon cancer. Now I'm able to function and be more mobile within 3 days of being on the product.
Extreme X2O, when the water you're drinking is damaging your health. Extreme X2O. For more info, AbundantLifeMovement.com or call 910-527-2260.
This is Amari Batman Carroll. You listen to The Crush, the only sports radio show that they're going to keep it real in the A on Sensation Station Network.
I taught you at the show. But anyway, we're back. Hey, if he on the sideline, there are 7 weeks of things that didn't happen for him.
But you done had spring, you done had summer,
you done had workouts.
You had a lot of opportunities to prove that you're worthy of being on the field.
So the worst thing you can do is wait till August 26th, 25th to ask your coach why my son ain't playing. You had 7 weeks of spring and some summer workouts to get it figured out. Now you wait till August 25th. I'm sorry, Maceo. What you got, man?
Hey, man, so we're talking about it's easy to find. Well, talent is everywhere. Listen to these numbers, and we finna dive into this one for you math guys right here. Further proof that talent will be found. Right now, it's 131 D2 players in NFL camps right now. 131 Division II kids, not Power 5, not 1AA, not FBS and FCS.
Right. Get it right.
Get it right. I'm sorry.
Get off your
Right.
Who is that?
Right. Old school. FCS. And FBS. 131 D2 players are getting a shot. Talk about them numbers, Wendy.
You know, again, we always tell people, find your fit. And, you know, I think we get so many, what you were just saying, great players, 4 and 5 stars that go to these bigger schools, and then they end up sitting the bench at those schools because there's equally yoked players at those schools.
Mm-hmm.
However, had you gone to maybe a D2, you probably would have went there and you would have been a shining star.
Yeah.
Which ups your chances for getting noticed for the next level. And so I always encourage the student athletes that I come in contact with to look at all of your options. If there are some viable D2 options on your list that are great schools that have the major that you want, you know, you like the school, you've been on a visit to at least go look at it, you know, those things, and it's a viable option for you, consider it. Don't just look at what's big and what's bright right now.
Shiny thing.
Blaze,
because you'll just fall in line.
I think about when Pooh was here last week. Here's a guy who's Fort Valley.
How tall is he, man?
Pooh is on a good day 5'8" on a good day.
On a good day.
On a good day. On a good day 5'8".
Yeah.
He dominated Division II football. He was a first-round draft pick.
I hate to hear the phrase, and just like Wendy said, we've had parents, players in here who say they feel like they're a failure if they don't go to certain places.
And that's the craziest thing
I
in the
hate
world.
when they say that.
That's the
It's
craziest
like-
thing in the world.
In college football, you want two things. You want to get that free money.
You know the one I hate, Glaze?
What that?
D1 a bus.
I hate that.
Right.
So
Because you might go D1 and just bus.
Yeah. At the same time.
So you mean to tell me if Coppin State or if North Dakota Backyard University offer you a ride,
Right.
it's still D1 a bus?
And you can go in and start?
You can start and get free money. So you get your chance to show your talents every day as a freshman.
You're getting the opportunity to play the game that you love. Because again, we did those numbers last week. So many kids not even gonna play past high school.
Numbers don't lie.
What's the starting quarterback name at Clark?
McCrary. That was at Vanderbilt.
How many people talking about him?
What
is he doing?
They talking about him again because he playing.
He's playing.
He's playing.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we're gonna continue this.
Hi, I'm Viola Davis. Did you know that 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger? Growing up, I was one of those kids. But we can solve this. When we make breakfast happen for kids in create bigger, brighter school days and healthier minds and bodies. Go to hungeris.org and lend your time or your voice.
We're hungry for more.
A message from the Albertsons Companies Foundation and the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
This is big business. This is the American way.
Station
See ya.
Hey, that's a classic right there.
Might get us fine.
I like Bleak verse on that right there.
Bleak, yeah, you don't
Well,
know.
Bleak verse was
hot
hot on there.
Bleak had a couple. We're back, man. You listen to Recruit 101 on the Crush Sports Talk. We are talking about a subject that is dear to our hearts, and you know it is. It can't be D1 or bust, guys.
Can't be.
Talent is found everywhere, especially
Everywhere.
if you get a chance to play on that second level, man.
And with the technology today, like say these scouts, when my cousin, when Stacy was a scout, Stacy had to get on flights and fly to every corner, whatever section he was. And he had the Northeast,
right?
So he had to get out. He had to file these reports. Now the technology is so good now. They're like, huddle. Just your video, just whatever they can. They don't have to travel as much now, and they can do so much more than work, and they can
do
see
so
more
much work
kids.
before they have to do
Right,
actual
like-
things. So that way when they are traveling, they are pinpointing and going to see exactly who they want to see. It's not like you're trying to go and see 100.
Right.
You narrowed it down to 10.
Right, like we don't need to go see him. I look at this footage, we don't need to go see him.
Right, he good.
Yeah.
Oh, we should on him.
Straight on that.
Who has been the buzz at Chicago Bears camp this week?
A young fella out of North Carolina A&T,
Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen,
He about 5'5".
on a good day with his cleats on.
But all they talk about is this kid can play. You know what? If he done went to a big school, He wouldn't have played.
He wouldn't have went to a big school because
nobody wanted. He said only one school wanted.
Only one school offered Tariq Cohen a scholarship, and that was North Carolina A&T.
But what's the phrase we like to say? Don't take one to love you.
Hey, but love who love you, baby.
Love you, love.
Look here. This kid is probably going to be the third down back.
Yeah.
He's going to make this team.
So that means his check going to be about $500,000 to $600,000.
Off the rip.
A year.
Off the rip. For a kid who 5'5" on a good day.
One scholarship offer.
One scholarship offer.
And y'all worried about going to these same schools, being 58 on the depth chart, getting lost on the bench, and having us say, hey, man, whatever happened to such and such? He's still on the squad.
Yeah, man. We look for you on the sideline. We're like, oh, he on the kickoff team. He on PAT.
But if you went to a smaller school, and it don't have to be small. We just talked about Florida Atlantic or Florida International, or schools like that. You go there, you still get opportunity. And now, if you FBS, FCS, everybody's on TV.
Listen, I mean, we have friends who went to bigger schools, never sniffed the field. Mm-mm. We have friends who went to school who came home. We have friends who started out here, transferred. We had two at Morris Brown with us. Jay Bellamy.
Yeah. Went to Georgia Tech for
Bellamy he couldn't touch the field at Tech.
Oh, yeah, Ken Swilling sweated that.
Right. And we've also seen the reverse. Nick Ferguson started at Morris Brown, transferred to Georgia Tech, and he took a job. And he was Nick, like you like to say, Nick probably was a negative 2-star.
Yeah. He was a manager.
Nick played 12 years in the NFL.
He was a manager when he came.
But again, it's all about where you can go and make a difference,
right?
Where you can stand out,
right?
So that you are noticeable.
Because it's a different conversation when kids come home and one kid say, "Man, I played every game this year." And the other kid like, "Well, we waiting for such and such to graduate, then I'm gonna play." It's a different talk.
But then you waiting for such and such after them to graduate.
Because that's the other kids coming.
It's 2 11th grade. I mean, not 11th grade. It's two juniors.
Yeah.
1 senior.
Right.
And a sophomore. And here you come. Talking about I'm a freshman. You ain't gonna never get in, sir.
Which goes back to what you say all the time. Study the depth chart.
Better ask some questions.
Ask these questions. Like, you can do that. Like, you can eliminate a lot of schools yourself by like, you know what? No need for me to go there.
This is my thing. They gonna come asking you questions. You better have your questions ready.
You better have your questions ready. And again, know what question. How do I fit in?
Right.
Let me see the depth chart.
Right.
And like I said, you don't even have to ask for the depth chart because you can just pull it up now.
Right. I would even go as far as to say, I've looked at the depth chart. Where do I fit in?
Right.
Where do you see me fitting in on this? Am I going to be able to continue my same position, or do you have other plans for me? You better ask.
The days of where the old school coach, the big schools can stack players should be over. You just want to get on the field, man. Just find you
for the schools that are stacking players. Again, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
If you want to go and sit 4 years and play your super red shirt senior year,
your 6th year,
knock yourself out.
I'd rather have some film, man.
But at least while you riding the bench, you should be president. You should be dean list. You should be academic All-American.
You better come with something. I need to see an article. You need to be sending me text articles. Look, I made
SGA president,
super scholar, athlete of the semester.
All that. We'll be right back.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/therightseat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
We're going into this Crush Rundown brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Cricket has something epic for you. Get a free select 4G LTE smartphone like the Samsung Galaxy M2 plus a $50 bill credit when you switch. You know it's Cricket Wireless. It's something to smile about. We in Recruiting 101. We in the rundown. So make sure hit us with those topics, man.
Well, real quick, a story that you put out. I don't know. I can't remember if it made your. That's what we're talking about yesterday. But NBA superstar James Harden, man, he donated $100,000 to Texas Southern.
That's what I missed.
Man, can we get some hand clap for that?
I said she wait back there.
Can we get some hand clap for that?
She cold.
Blaze, $100,000 from James Harden.
And these are the stories that don't get out. If he'd gave $100,000 to get some Adidas, it'd been on everything. But shout out to James, man. Good that he's in the Houston area doing something for Texas Southern. Can't beat that, man. So I'm glad that story was out there, man. And it should have been on. That's what I'm talking about. So
yeah.
Glad you brought it up.
I remember you had put it on the page. Yeah. So that was a real big deal. So man, Grambling State, kind of going through the SWAC real quick, man. Grambling State bringing back a lot of guys. If you remember, Grambling was they were the national champions, black college national champions last year. They played here in the Celebration Bowl. Bringing back an interesting kid at quarterback, Devontae Kincaid. If you don't know his story, he was at Ole Miss. Got passed over a couple of times because they brought in some big-time recruits. He shot him the deuces, as Wendy just shot. And now he's basically All-American. He's up for every award that you can be up for.
So, again, choices.
Right.
Depth chart.
Right.
Asking questions.
Right.
And a good thing he was able to make a transition to Grambling State.
Yeah.
But sometimes that doesn't happen for everybody. Those opportunities don't show up for everybody. So.
And oh yeah, by the way, Arizona, you better be glad he got hurt last year.
If he doesn't get hurt in the Arizona game, Arizona Wildcats,
a D1 school,
y'all lose.
Y'all would have got beat by Grambling.
Yeah. And you got to think, this kid was a SWAC Offensive Player of the Year last year. The kid threw for over 3,000 yards, 31 touchdowns against only 4 interceptions. Yeah. So,
and you out of your mind, you don't think he'll get a look. He's going to get
a shot. Yeah. Understand this, everybody. He was a highly decorated quarterback coming out of high school in Dallas.
Right.
So he
in Texas anyway.
He had the 8, 9, 10 offers. He got the Ole Miss, and Ole Miss decided, this kid better. Right. Listen.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
So it's kids who they decided who were better than him. They didn't get that shot.
Right.
Chad Kelly is a kid who basically they brought in, and they were like, you know what? Chad Kelly was Mr. Irrelevant in the NFL draft.
Yeah. Right.
Off the field problems, and he may not make the team.
Right.
So, I mean, again, just want y'all to understand that when you decide these schools,
do your research, man.
Please do your research. Because, again, you can get the outsider, as Wendy like to always talk about, the shiny things. The indoor practice facility, all the gear, the 8, 9 pair of shoes that you might get from these other schools. The opportunity, in my opinion, the opportunity to play should weigh more than saying, I go to Georgia.
Cause ain't nothing worse than you wearing all that gear they gave you. And everybody say, hey man, I remember seeing you out there. I was out there playing. Remember the old big game?
And with the internet the way that it is,
We're gonna check.
No, somebody say something to me. I look at one time like, Googles, get on it. I call went to Googles. I'm like, Googles, get on it.
All that fresh gear didn't hit the field.
And again, that's one of the things that kind of bother me when we talk to parents, when we talk to these kids. And again, the phrase they like to use, that D1 a bus. Yeah. It's so many opportunities for you to further your education. Because again, D1 is not the move for everybody. We've all been around kids who went the D1 route, and I mean, they at the crib.
I know a kid right now who going to a big school. I won't call him out.
Mm-hmm.
But his dad is all in the program, knows it well, was so happy when he signed. Going in third year, still second, third string right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he was a great high school talent. A lot of schools went after him, but the school he went to is loaded.
And I think I've talked to other people about this, but sometimes you can look really good coming out of high school, and then you get to a college, and for whatever reason, they don't use your potential that you were using in high school, that was showing who you are as a player, to their advantage. Then you become very lackluster, and so you end up standing or sitting or whatever. Most of them stand on the sidelines. A few sit, but they mostly standing there with their helmets on, trying to stay invisible.
You know what's funny? The kid that came from Mays, there's a Georgia now.
Natrez
was 6'5", 250 in high school. To everybody everywhere he went, he was like, my God, look at this kid. He went to Georgia. He was one of many.
Right.
You're not the only 6'5", 250-pound kid. When you go to Georgia, and kids they can't get through that. I was the biggest man on my team. Now I'm just one of the biggest people. And everybody's working just as hard, they're just as fast. And you got to think about that.
I mean, and unfortunately, your college choice can't make or break you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as real as it gets. It can make or break you. And that coach, whether he plays you or not, can make or break you. That might be the beginning of your end.
Yeah, so our next story, because again, this affects people that we know. So, 4-star wide receiver prospect Elijah Moore, he's from St. Thomas Aquinas, and if anybody know about St. Thomas Aquinas down in Miami, they a big deal.
Ballers.
So he commits to Georgia over Miami and Ole Miss, and he's one of the kids who said he's going to sign in December.
Early commit.
He's early commit, so he like, man, listen, I'm going to, I'm going in, and again, this is a kid who, the coaching staff, of course, they made promises to say this, to say that, and again, this affects the depth chart for kids who are there and kids who may be coming in. So now, if you're a receiver, now they've got like maybe 4 receivers already committed. If you're a wide receiver, why are you trying to commit to Georgia? Why?
Hopefully you're not.
I don't get it. I mean, Georgia, they do spin it. But let me ask you a question. And y'all have already told me this 8 times. I'm asking again. This early commit is only for football, right?
This one.
Yeah.
The December one.
Yeah, because basketball already does it.
They're doing it already.
Yeah. Is in November.
Okay. Yeah. So they're the same thing.
So they'll have one in November, and then they'll still have one in February.
Yeah. Okay. Football is the last.
This
to
is
the
the
party.
football that's the last.
Yeah,
one
football is last to the party.
Yes.
Because I was just thinking about that. Basketball already been doing it, so we'll see. I've seen a lot of kids commit. They can't sign until December, but a lot of people are early during the season. Doing the verbals during the season. I'm like, y'all ain't even started the kickoff yet, and y'all committing already.
And again, this is a kid who had his first offer Michigan.
Right.
He thought about so everybody thought it was UM. He was like, no, and he looked at the depth chart. He was like, Miami has so many receivers.
Right.
But Georgia got a lot of receivers.
They do.
Already on campus and coming in. Like I say, he's the 4th wideout to commit. So again, if you're a 18, 19, and even a 20 kid, why
are
would
you considering
why
them right now?
You got to think now. The top wide receiver in the state of Georgia next year in 19 is committed to Georgia as well. Hazelwood.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not to be that guy, but Georgia doesn't really have big time receiver that come out to school.
Last one is AJ Green.
AJ Green. Who is it this year? The number 1 guy.
We don't. I mean,
So that's what I mean.
Right.
You know, Miami,
Right.
Florida State. They
they
got studs. You know what I'm saying?
It could be Tyler Sims. It could be McCole Hardeman has been getting all of the
Everywhere I
attention
look.
this summer.
You know,
And then number 5, can't think of number 5 name. Who pants? He might want to know he wasn't knee pad because he pants about up to his thigh. But yeah,
and they always probably throw on. You got Jacob there, Fromm is there.
yeah. So I mean, again, just as a
Justice.
wide out, knowing with 18 that's coming in, and again, the top receiver in the country in 19 coming in. Why is Georgia even an option? Unless you just want to go pick up the gear. I mean, hey, you can buy the gear at the store.
Yeah, you can front. Keep your head up. We'll be right back.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face. And posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Sensation Station Network.
Going to this Crush second hour brought to you by the Cobb Football League. Registration is now open. The Cobb Football League provides a high school feeder, youth football, and cheer programs for kids in K through 5th grade. In Cobb County, Paulding County, Marion City, and Roswell City schools. Go to cobbfootball.com for more information. You listen to the Crush Sports Talk right here live on the Sensation Station Network and also on WBLZSports.com. We into our Crush Rundown, recruiting rundown, where we're jumping through some topics. Make sure it's empty in the mailbag, it looks like. And
Yeah, man. You know, like I said, we got so much. So, the kid from Marietta, 4-star DN, Azizi. Yeah.
Way to go, boy.
Ajulari.
Then you did that.
Yeah. hey, man. Hey, phonics. Sound it out. Yeah. So,
I had that
you know.
Silas.
Yeah, he chose Georgia over Tennessee and Florida.
Right.
You know, again, 18 kid that's going to be going in again. If you're a DN, Georgia, I think he makes the third DN that's committed to Georgia.
Yeah.
Why are you picking Georgia?
Remember we talked about this yesterday, and you was asking, we were talking about that the coach at Georgia, does he have to win now?
Kirby Smart has to win now.
But I'm looking at, he's bringing in some pretty good classes, too.
Mark Rick brought in good classes also.
I'm just saying, man.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know.
Rick's 9-3 now, man.
You know, Rick, my guy.
Yeah, I know. I see.
Rick is my guy.
He was there 15 years. Come on, I mean.
Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah, man, it's just interesting. They got a lot of kids.
You can leave your children with Rick, and you feel comfortable when you leave your children with Rick.
Gonna learn a little Bible stuff.
Right.
They're gonna do a little whole
LCA.
They're gonna do a whole little thing.
All that.
They ain't gonna curse at you too much.
No. He gonna say, "Gosh darn it."
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get one of those.
I'm sorry, man. We just
man. I feel it. I feel it,
man.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
Another story that that was causing some waves. 4-star wide receiver Manuel Allen. He's committed to Louisville now after decommitting from Nebraska. So Louisville out here in these streets telling everybody, we flipped this one.
You can't go wrong with a name like Emmanuel. But
his name is Manuel.
Well,
he took the E off.
We gotta talk to him about that. But we gonna let him keep going with it.
But again, a kid now. This when I talk about kid who didn't do his homework. So the incoming freshman class that's there now, they signed 4 wide receivers last year, along with Corey Reed, who I coached at Mays. Then he ended up going to Roswell. Corey Reed is getting a lot of buzz in summer camp.
I feel good about the kids up here. Your boy,
Kamari,
tight end,
he's getting some love. And again, I just think guys not doing their homework.
Let me ask y'all this. You know, like I said, after I left the school coaching, I kind of said I ain't all that. But getting into recruiting now, are the recruiters just that good now that they can make kids not do their homework, or are they just lazy kids not doing their homework?
I think I'm on Wendy.
That's what I'm saying.
It's to me, it's the education of it. They just don't know. Parents just hear the name, and that's all they good with that.
Right.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
I'm just looking at it. if you paying any attention, I'm a receiver. They signed 4-star, 5-star. Yeah, I like competition, but maybe I want to go to a school.
I want to play.
I want to get out there and put some mark on something.
There's nothing like being a player and standing on the line, standing on the sidelines. Like, that's not a feeling that you want to have.
Right.
I'm saying.
Every single game.
Right.
Because at some point you got to figure, you know what? I ain't getting in. This is my spot right here.
If I can go to Kentucky and ball out, I'm still getting on TV every week.
I'm still Power 5.
Yeah. Because, like, when I was a kid with the Mississippi that time.
Oh, the reason why Ole Miss in trouble now?
Yeah, well, that's the reason why they're in trouble. But,
Right. Secure the bag.
But that whole freshman class played.
That whole freshman class played, yeah. A lot of those guys got drafted.
And they in the league.
They in the
'Cause
league.
they got to be able to put some time. Now, whatever happening now, we talking about.
Right.
But I got as a freshman. I started as a freshman. Played my
Tunzel.
Yeah.
Kim Dichie. The wide receiver that's in Minnesota, even though he ain't doing nothing. But he in the league.
Because he played when?
He played
as a freshman at Ole Miss.
Right.
That nobody wanted to go to. What time we get a little wisdom when we come
It's about that time.
So we'll be right back.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day. Football stadium. I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
Green light. Hey girl. School zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Y'all need anything else?
Sensation Station Network.
Yes, sir. When y'all hear that intro, man, y'all know what it is, man. It's that time, man. Coming to the microphone, man. Wendy Golston with some of these Wendy's wisdom.
That's my intro.
Let's go, Wendy.
So, you know what? Today I want to talk about college coaches getting ready to start showing back up to schools really soon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to talk to athletes about questions that they may ask you and how you should properly answer them when they come in.
This is this is knowledge right here.
Yeah. So I think the first question that we always get is, how are your grades?
Number one question off the
Because they
book.
see you first. So there's no question to ask about that part.
Right,
So what they say is, how are your grades?
They've sized you up.
Right. So this is the thing. Be honest. Okay? But be honest with an explanation. Okay? So if you're good, say you're good. I'm good. I got a blank, blank, blank. This is my core. My SAT and ACT I've already taken. If that's your case. If that is not your case. Just say, hey, I messed up a little bit in my ninth grade year, but we've got a plan. The academic advisor or my counselor and my coach, we've sat down and we've talked. We have me in tutoring. I'm in the SAT, ACT. Like, go ahead and tell that information.
Because they're going to find out.
They're going to find out anyway.
They're going to find out.
And the fact that you're upfront and honest about it and willing to say, hey, you know what? I did mess up my ninth grade year. I was immature, but I've turned it around and I've come a long way and I have a plan in place now and I'm looking a lot better. I'll meet all requirements by my senior year. They want to hear that. That's all.
Right.
That's all they want to know is that you can meet the requirements. And so if you go ahead and put that out there, so if you're not there, tell the truth, but give an explanation. Tell them the facts.
I like that. I like
Tell
that.
the facts. And make sure that you're doing the things that you say that you're doing. Don't just go and say you're in an ACT, SAT class and you know you ain't taking one. Because they're going to know if you've been in one when you take the test.
Because your test score is going to tell that.
Right.
Test score is going to tell that. Right.
Right. So that's one. They may ask you about your strengths and weaknesses as a player. They may ask. And so you should be ready to answer that question and talk about how you are as a player. And that's something you may have already discussed with your coach. But be honest and be confident about what you are, what your strengths are. Be very confident about what you do well and talk about it.
Right.
Brag on yourself. That's why they asked you, because they want you to know.
Right.
Remember, they've seen film.
Yes.
So if you know what your film looks like and what you put on them first 5 plays, you better talk about it.
Yeah.
Brag about it. If you got somebody, the quarterback for a loss of yards, talk about it. Tell them over the season I had this many, yards lost because of tackles. So just make sure that you're being honest about those things. And that's the time to brag on yourself when they ask you for your strengths. When he asked you about your weaknesses, I would say don't dwell on that topic. I would say, I think that I could work harder on this and keep it moving.
And keep going.
Keep it moving. Make that statement short and sweet. Right. I could work out with a trainer more. Boom, and keep it going. Like, let that go. They may say to you, do you have any questions for me? This is your opportunity to pull out your list and ask them, how many players are you considering for my position? How did your staff evaluate me?
Right.
How many spots will be available for my graduating year? Because say that you're an 11th grader, but you're not coming out this year, so you're looking at the class of 2019. So how many spots will you have available in 2019? What is your recruiting looking like for 2019? Because they know that already. Please understand.
They do.
They do projections.
They got a depth chart. They
do projections for this thing.
They take kids off boards and then they put potential kids up on the board.
And if you know that you are a weaker student, if you just know that you need some assistance, you need a support system, ask them, what is your support system for athletes? What is your academic support system? Everybody has one. Ask them what it is.
Right.
They'll tell you what you're doing. They may tell you that study hall is mandatory for freshmen, and after that, it depends on your grades if you have to go or how often you go. So ask. That's okay. Ask them, when can you come visit the campus? Ask them. Because now you got the information in their head. And then last but not least, they may ask you, what other colleges are recruiting you? They're definitely going to ask. Is anybody else recruiting you if they don't already know?
Put it out there.
Man, let me tell you something. If some big schools are looking at you, even if some not so big schools, if you've been talking to somebody consistently, tell them. Because what that does means, hey, you on somebody else's radar. So maybe let me keep looking at this kid to see what he's talking about.
Somebody got to want you first.
There you go.
Hey, man.
Y'all got to be ready, though, because they coming.
Boy. That's why she the best right there, y'all.
They coming. Winter's coming. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
Hi, I'm Viola Davis. Did you know that 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger? Growing up, I was one of those kids. But we can solve this. When we make breakfast happen for kids in our neighborhood, we have the power to end childhood hunger, create bigger, brighter school days, and healthier minds and bodies. Go to hungeris.org and lend your time or your voice.
We're hungry for more.
A message from the Albertsons Companies Foundation and the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
Major key alert. Life is like school. You will be tested, so pass it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
This is Bobby Yoller from the Ohio State. I'm kicking with the Crush on Sensation Station Network.
Hey, man. I think our girls may be winning this one, man. I got to keep up with the score. Shout out to the Dream out there fighting. Got 2 more home games. Y'all run with the Dream, man.
Run with the Dream.
It's Crew 101, man. We still, Winnie wasn't left all bad and bougie, but that's part of her music in the background. What we got next, Mace?
Hey, man, so a statement, and I want y'all to talk about this statement because, again, some of we hear this from a lot of coaches, and we want to just get into this. Those teammates who complain about practice, working out, or their role on the team are generally hazardous to the chemistry of a team.
In every sport.
In every freaking sport.
Every sport.
Every sport. And I brought this up because in a lot of conversations with parents and athletes, if you're that complainer, if you're the one who always thinks something not going your way, you're probably part of the problem.
Right.
You have to change your attitude.
For sure. I even looking at kids that like, dang, we got to put all that on the day of practice. I'm like, yeah, aren't y'all going to full everything? Like, isn't this your sport that you love? Like, what are you complaining about?
I say it all the time, they don't love it.
Either you love this or you don't.
They don't love it.
And make a decision, because if not, you wasting a lot of people's time.
Namely, your parents who done paid that fee for you to be out there on the field. Mom and dad
and all the sacrifices, to take you places, make sure you're at practice, pick you up from practice. Hey, after you've had practice, you eat a lot more than if you did on the regular. And when you don't have practice, it's extra.
We could be doing a lot more with those funds in our house. And again, you say this is what you want to do. What do you think about this statement, Glaze?
It is the easiest the one. I used to hate to, and I hate to be this guy, but even at a young age, you'd hate to see my good players hang around with those players.
Right.
It's the sad because you would hope that the good would bring the other one up, but it usually is the other way around because and that's horrible about
those
that.
Kids are very influential. You ever notice that?
Where we at last night? Hey man, what you with who? Why are you with him? Oh man, you would hope that it flips sometime, but we had kids like that. We played Mace, I got messed up one day because I was hanging out with one, and we had that 13-minute run, and it didn't work for me. And everybody looked at me like, you an idiot. But we told you that. All they were like, you a fool for going out there.
I just get mad because they always got to roll.
Yeah. You the fool for doing it. And it's sad, and I don't know what it is about those kids where they don't want to get better. It doesn't get better.
I always think about when we had a coaching change my senior year, and the first week of school, he was like, we're going to wear shirt and ties on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
The rule was, hey, we'll wear shirt and tie. You don't wear shirt and tie, you're going to have to roll, and you might not play. I'm wearing a shirt. Everybody like, man, you going to wear a shirt and tie? Yes.
Because I'm playing on Friday. I'm going to play.
Why wouldn't I wear a shirt and tie? Like, you mean to tell me y'all not going to wear one? And though it was guys who didn't wear one, and you saw 15, 20 guys rolling. And but what does that say about just you?
Yeah.
That's a simple rule.
I agree. Just
nothing inconvenient about it. Just put on a shirt and tie. You young, you can still got a nice little. It's easy for you when you're young. You just slap it on with a tie.
But the crazy part, what so many people don't understand when coaches put rules in place, and again, coaches hear and see everything. They know who the complainers are. They know. And like I said, your body language a lot of times give it away. It's time for us to do suicides or do sprints, and you doing hand on your hips. You always in last place. Why am I gonna play you?
And today,
Like, you're gonna do that in a game.
And today's time is too. You have to be careful about kicking certain kids off of school, out of the team, because you want to get rid of it. Because you know if they stay around, they're gonna influence one of the person that you don't want them to influence. But you can't just say we don't want you on the team, because that could be some other issue. This is a different day and time than
Man,
we
I'm
were.
trying to tell you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know better than everybody.
Right.
It's a different.
Being on the team saved my life.
Because the story now is Wednesday is like professional day in our school. So even the teachers, faculty, staff, everybody's, does a little bit extra, go a little bit further. But so the kids come in, they like, this not professional. I'm like, your jeans got holes in them. Well, I put on a collared shirt.
So parents and kids, if you're that parent and that kid who always whining and complaining,
Now you mad because you got to roll at practice, though. But you ain't do right.
My kid don't play.
You killing the program.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
We're more connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, Beyond Differences and I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, in the house, what you say now? Sensation Station Network live with the Crush Sports Talk Radio Show. I am Derek Frazier. I'm with Big Emmanuel tonight. Y'all can forget about it.
It's going to be all right. Hey, dude, before we go on, man, let me just say this. We have, in the coaching profession and just personal for the past few weeks, have had a lot of people lose friends and family. Please take time out to enjoy your people, man.
Right.
Every day is important. We have went to a bunch of funerals. We've seen a lot of people lose. If you ain't called to your mama, text her something like I do. Just make sure people know that you care about them, because these stories are coming. People that you just can see 5 minutes before things can happen. And
just have a conversation with them. Just man,
if you ain't seen, you mad at somebody, get over it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
That's wanted to say that, man, because like every day me and you seeing somebody, damn, such and such gone.
Right.
Damn, such and such. Hey, just
yeah, man.
Take the time.
And Kent Davis, man, rest in peace, Kent, man.
Coach Kent Davis.
Great guy. Kent was so great when we took the job at Westlake. Kent was like, hey, man, I got a gift for you.
Wow.
What kind of gift you got for me? Like, look, I know you in the gear. Now, right now, still at the house, Kent gave me a tub of Westlake gear.
Wow.
Pullovers. Wow. Like, every day they were like, man, hold on, where you get this stuff? I never told them, like, hey, man, I got this from Kent. Listen, because Kent was at Banneker. He had left Westlake. He was at Banneker. And when I joined the staff at Banneker, the following year? No, that was the year before. But Kent was just a guy, man, great competitor. And he was just somebody you could just sit down. Him and my dad, because my dad videotaped the game.
Yeah.
they would just have these crazy conversations and pull me in them. I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't want to be in this conversation right there. But I would learn so much. And Kent wasn't too much older than us.
Right.
But it's his not. He carried
Right.
it like he been here before, man. So, man, just a great guy, man. Kent Davis will definitely be missed, man.
Yeah.
Definitely be missed.
So if you get somebody, man, if they on your mind, make a call, man.
Without a doubt.
We in the 2017 text, call, email.
Something.
Yeah. and it's so crazy because, like, you know, I've started making a more of a habit now to actually like call people.
Yeah.
Like say, like if I miss a call from Wendy, I don't want to get beat up, so I make sure I go call her back. Cause the first
No, I
thing,
like that.
the first thing come out of my mouth, why ain't answer my phone call?
You
Like,
ignoring me? You sending me to the voicemail?
Right. You want to sleep, boy? Yeah. So yeah, man.
And enjoy this thing called life, man.
Yeah, man. Boy, you better
enjoy this thing, man. If it's stressing you out, find something. Go to a pond or something. Do something different,
better, man.
Enjoy this thing, man.
And it was so funny having a conversation with my mom, and she was like, you know, just understand this. These are the times now.
Yeah.
Y'all they like y'all not no babies no more.
No.
Yeah.
We grown.
You know what
We the
I'm
grown
saying?
folks.
Yeah, right.
We were the grown folks we were talking about.
Yeah, we
You
was
really get those phone calls.
We the grown people.
Because I can remember my mom. I'd be like, they going well again.
Yeah.
Jeez. But now that's us.
We are the grown people. They want to curve it too much, man. But I'm looking on Facebook and I'm seeing a lot of people that we know talk about Kent, man. And it's just been that way for a few days. We all have known people, family members, and all of that have passed. And you just got to enjoy this thing.
Great guy.
Great guy. Everything I see, nothing but love for him. And he, like you said, he was a fan of the show.
He was that dude, man.
So I want to make sure we get that out.
Always chimed in, man.
Rest in
Always
peace,
chimed
Kent.
in.
We appreciate it, bro. And
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction.
Invest $49 a month at a real gym.
For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
This is Lasia Clarendon, point guard for the Atlanta Dream, and you're listening to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
We have ignition.
That's right, Laser. Get off of that losing streak. 17 14 bowls, Laser.
Run with the dream.
We see you, Laser. Beating Seattle, getting that win for during one of the last few home games. We here, Recruit 101, man. I kind of got us off a little bit, but I just felt it was important, man. When you see people passing, man, we got to get love too. And people who rock with the show, man. We're gonna make sure we said we talked about HeartNet earlier. You know, people that just believe in what we're doing.
Kent always chimed in. Always chimed in, man. So, gonna miss that guy.
Yeah, man, but for y'all kids out there who think we ain't got off y'all, now we still got some stories for y'all, man. Right. Recruit 101, it's Wednesday. We ain't done with y'all. Like when you get down the back, we got the switches with it. No, I'm sorry, can't say switches these days. We got punishment for y'all. Nah, just joking. What we got next, Mace?
Okay, so we're gonna dive into a lot of things. I titled this section called Program Truths.
Okay.
And they're basically for in all of my research, I always try to figure out, man, what is it that every successful program have in common? So I went, looked at this school. Everybody has so many different mantras.
Right.
So we're gonna talk about these and just see what you guys think about these, and just elaborate on them. So one of the
wait, first of all, you went using all your SAT words.
Right.
Yeah. Monstrous, elaborate.
So
did you hear that, Wendy?
I was top 10% of my class in high school and college, but I just
you with all the mantras and elaborate.
I just act like this, y'all. I just wear tennis shoes, t-shirts every day, but I can do this.
I'm sorry.
I want a job where I can wear tennis shoes and t-shirt.
Hey man, so here we go. So at Florida State, they say the appearance and condition of our locker room is a reflection of our collective habits as a team. What do you think about that, Wendy?
What they locker room look like? The locker room look good.
I haven't seen there. It's top of the line. But what Coach Fisher is basically saying is, we have this. This is the standard. Like, if y'all don't take care of the locker room where you spend most of your time, then what kind of team we gonna have?
I like it though.
I love this.
I have seen the inside of some locker rooms, and
It
they're nice. Let me tell you something. Them things are nice. And so you're right. If you're not gonna take care of this,
right
here, where, like you said, this is pretty much where you are.
Right.
You don't. If you think about it, they don't really do anything in their dorm rooms but sleep.
Yeah. Right.
Especially during the season.
Right.
So that is where you spend most of your time. You in there, you talking, you sitting around, you shower. Like, that's where everything happens. And I agree.
What do you think about it, Glenn?
I'm gonna take it two ways. What's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks name?
Mark Cuban.
First thing he did was he rebuilt the locker room.
Rebuilt the locker room.
He said, "This is where they at. They gotta have the music. They gonna have top of the line. This won a world championship." You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. And we just saw with y'all school, Georgia State. Y'all saw the new locker room they got now.
Yeah.
Them kids went insane.
It's a pride thing.
Cause you shower there, you eat there, your clothes hanging up there. You go to an NFL locker room, they got like 4, 5, 6 suits ready to go.
Right.
Cause that's home
Right.
for a lot of the time.
Right.
So that makes sense. And I hate to go back to these days. Our locker room was horrible.
Which led to the performance.
Because we spent a lot of time on that, and the locker room wasn't good. We couldn't shower there, and the
Yeah.
toilets were terrible.
Yeah.
So
I think about Gary Cantrell was big on that, and he would assign the locker room every week a different position was responsible for making sure that locker room was clean.
Right.
And if the locker room wasn't clean on your watch, that group had punishment every week. And what it did, it made the kids really take responsibility of it, because what they end up start doing. So like the receivers, a lot of receivers, so they can cover more. But say like my group, like the quarterback group. It's freaking 3 quarterbacks responsible for the whole locker room.
Yeah, the whole locker
room. So they would make sure, again, and each group kind of end up doing it like, you know what, listen, listen, we should be able to just walk through and be like, it's clean.
Just throw it in the trash for me, dog. That's all I ask for.
And Jimbo Fisher said, and it was okay, he's like, show me a team with a terrible locker room, I will show you a terrible product on the field.
And that's one thing you see, one of the first things coaches do, they got to have somewhere where the kids can, it just feels comfortable.
Yeah, morale. I think it does something for morale, like you said, and definitely to keep the team in a winning atmosphere. Like it's kind of like, when you dress good, when you look good,
feel good,
you play good, you play good, right? So same thing. So I think it translates from each piece of that, from the locker room to your uniform to the field play. Like it all goes together.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You accidentally cut your daughter's bangs unevenly. Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go?
A reflection could never capture our true selves.
Huh?
Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have
Ta-da! Twinsies!
I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
If you're looking for that ratchet, you're in the wrong place. It's the nation's urban internet station, Sensation Station Network.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Killer Mike, Killer Kill from the Ville. You're checking me out right now on the Sensation Station Network. Make sure you tune in, suckers.
Hey, man, we're back. Talk about a little bit about Dream. That was a franchise record, 14 assists. Dope, Laser. We talking about something interesting. We talking about winning franchises and programs. Do you have any more? You still on that?
Yo, man, we still on this, man. We're going to ride this out, man.
It's very interesting. We always say how Alabama keep winning or how this school keeps winning. And it's just not. Great players help.
Right.
But certain things have to be in place.
Right.
And make sure it's going over one. Like locker rooms matter.
So one of the next truths, when it comes to campus life, it's hard to get in trouble if you make a habit of doing the right thing.
That is
wow.
true. That's a great statement.
That's powerful. That's powerful. When as a coach, when the coach don't have to worry about certain kids, you just don't have to worry about.
Right.
They're gonna always be where they're supposed to be.
Right.
They're focused on, and those are usually your leaders.
Yep.
Now every now and then you can have a Fulio as a leader. People just gonna rock with him.
But I go back to what you were saying about earlier too, man. Those type people on your team you have to worry about, and who's hanging out with them.
And this is where that word Wendy likes to use, character.
It's a big thing.
Comes into play.
It's a big thing.
Tell them just don't have none.
It's a big thing, man. It's a big thing. But it's just definitely, it can break a team. It can break a franchise. It can break a program. Bad character kids and bad character in general.
Majorly. And this one right here, I loved. How you carry, conduct, and present yourself can and will determine which doors open or close for you.
Sure. That's in life, period.
Boy.
Please understand.
This is why sports is such a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
This gigantic. I love this statement because again, at the end of the day, that's what you judge by.
I mean, and that's why it's important you see teams make players either wear suits, come out the bus,
right,
or they all in the same jogging suit.
Right, just something uniform.
So it's a uniform thing. It's a team connection.
We're a team.
Yeah, and if you see a coach that got him wearing anything, that ain't a good thing, man. That ain't a good thing.
Right.
Cause you got to represent, and I like the suits, man. I guess I'm getting older now. I sure put you in a certain time when you call that bus, boy. I like how you do that.
I like what Coach Banks said when he was here last time. This year, he make all the kids got to wear the same cleats.
Yeah.
No more of that. You know, this our uniform. Some of y'all got on green cleats. Some of y'all got on blue, orange. We're voting. What color cleat we wearing? What color socks we wearing? Mm-hmm. Everybody wear it or you don't play.
And that makes a difference, too. I mean, you should have your own shoe till you get to the pro.
Yeah. Yeah. Even as much of a individual that I rock with that.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't, I'm just going to spat them up. But, I mean, I'm going to wear the same shoes everybody.
Unfortunately, some programs couldn't afford them.
Right.
And we had to get our own. But it's yeah.
Now, I did go rogue my senior year.
You went very rogue.
In high school, because we were supposed to wear ponies. I can't wear no ponies.
You sound like Winter. Talking about, I know we Adidas, but I'm putting on these Nike
shoes.
shoes.
I can't
you
wear
know what,
those.
though?
I can't wear those.
I talked to you about that. Because your daughter had a chance to get a WNBA headband.
That's Cameron.
Yeah,
and she gave that thing.
She gave it to my daughter like, I don't wear Adidas.
I don't wear Adidas.
I said, but WNBA.
She's like, it's not Nike.
My daughter go around now like, shoot, I take it. I'm like, Cameron, like, no, it got Adidas symbol on.
She, you know what Cameron's thought process is? I don't have anything to wear this with. and she doesn't. So she was like, I got a headband that I can't do nothing with.
Right. She
So
quickly like,
Lord, let's pray that she go to a Nike school. She'll be devastated.
that is like a requirement. You don't understand. So I pray that somebody recruits her that has a Nike contract.
Those are part of the questions y'all gonna ask.
Hey, are you in Nike school?
You in Nike school?
Hey, look, I have to ask you this.
Scratched off the list.
Check.
We really would like for it to come. I understand. We don't have nothing to go with what you got.
Do it look like I got left off bad and bougie?
I'm say if you ain't about that swoosh life, she is
about
not
swoosh,
with
man.
you. She told Jeff, I'm not wearing Adidas to your games.
I think Michael Cooper.
I'll still have on my Nike.
I think Michael Cooper gave it to her.
Swoosh life.
She passed that thing off.
She passed it out
with the swiftness.
I think my daughter wear the lacrosse pack.
Look here. My poor child. She needs help.
It's all about swoosh, baby.
Swoosh life.
We'll be right back.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first. I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
Enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
There's a power you have within you, unlike any other. You can't explain it. It's just there. It drives you, compels you. You cannot ignore it. Do you feel it? It's that power that tells you you can do the absolute impossible. The power that tells you you're more than what you currently are. The power that tells you it's time. Launch. Move. Skyrocket your life with Rocket Sports One fitness gear. RocketSports-One.com.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I
cold
want to be
day.
a football
I want to
stadium.
be a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is University of Georgia linebacker Demetrius Douglas. You're tuned in to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
We put on for our city, man.
We put on for the children, man. We're trying to get y'all in school. Parents, beware. But I do want parents. I want parents to do this for me. Do me a favor. Derrick Jones is the DB coach at the university, at Duke University. Get this guy a follow, man. When I tell you, boy, he be bringing it.
Derrick Jones.
Derrick Jones.
Might already be following.
DEREK. He brings it, man. He brings it. I mean, every day he got a word, everything.
Another guy, good guy to join also is Sharman White from Georgia State too, man. Coach White has a lot of good tidbits every day.
Coach White, dope.
So, what we got, Mace?
So, man, another quote, and this one is from Derrick Jones' page. Immature individuals start to grow when they stop finding reasons to blame others and begin to constructively critique themselves. And this one right here, I think about the athletes when I come to this. The guys who finally look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm the reason I'm on the bench. I'm not in the weight room. I'm not participating in another sport. I'm not going to get no extra work. It's me. And once you change your thought process about your process, because it's you that has to earn that scholarship.
Right.
Your mama can't hold your hand, none of that. It's on you. What do you think about it, Glaze?
One of the hardest life lessons for anybody, because people still to the day, grown people with jobs still have to understand this in life, man. I always say, If you getting fired from multiple jobs, it ain't them. It's you. Same thing with playing on the field, man. It's if you 6'1", 200, got all this speed, but you can't get on the field. It ain't the coaches, because the coach gonna want you to play.
Right, it's me.
It's gotta be you.
It's me. I need to be doing something
and
else.
if you get a chance winning, you know this. When the kid come to you and say, you know what, maybe if I studied that night. Maybe if I went to class, maybe if I went to practice with I and not saying, man, I can't believe, because it'll change.
Because guess what? It's only one way your GPA gonna go up, and that's about you got to start doing work. Only one way your test score gonna get better.
Like everybody said, the teacher want to give me a bad grade. No, they don't really want to.
It's only one way you're gonna get stronger.
They didn't really want to give that.
Get in the weight room. You're not gonna get stronger through osmosis. And just be like, let me summon the strength out the weights. It's not gonna happen, man.
I like the phrase that you always say. There's nothing that's gonna do to keep me off that field.
No, sir.
And that's a self-reflection type thing.
Boy, man, y'all need us to do what? Bruh, I'm there.
I'm doing it.
I'm there for that. We got how many workouts in the morning? I'm there for that.
Yeah.
I'm there for that. Yeah.
Kid I talked to this weekend, he said, I'm having trouble getting to certain schools. That's the right question I went. What's your GPA? 2.2. That's why you're having trouble.
Right.
That's why you having trouble.
That's gonna be the problem.
I know, Cole. But
That's the problem.
I know, Cole, but why you butting?
It's not no
There
butt.
ain't no butts in that.
And apparently you didn't know.
It can't be a butt in that. You got a 2.2. They looking for something. If you listen to our show, when they tell you to roll in this and this and this and all that,
They don't listen.
they don't.
Some people hard-headed. They hear you, but they're not listening.
But then when the coach say we can't bring you because of a 2.2,
This I love this one right here, and this one came from Alonzo Saxton. He's a athlete at Duke, and this for students. Always be respectful of your professors, teachers. Be on time, dress appropriately. No headsets or cell phones on in class.
That's what I'm saying.
was any of that hard? Be
It's
on time.
simple.
But all this is stuff that somebody at your house should have taught you anyway.
Very true.
Now, if we're gonna be honest about it, because
It starts at home.
It
Again,
starts at
why
home.
you think we always talk about parents? Parents. A lot of this is on you.
Yeah, like that's something that you should already know. Like your coach shouldn't have to tell you that when you get to college for sure.
Because when you get to college, that's an expectation. Like I always say, your professor they ain't there. You done with
College is
babysitting.
like a job. Let me tell you
They ain't
something. You
got
better
that-
have it together already.
We're gonna slap this stuff on this board. Either you get it or you don't.
And I'm walking out the room when I'm done. And when
And
my
I got
time is
my-
up, I'm exiting.
I call my direct deposit. It's in there. I'm good as a professor.
And they fail to realize it ain't like high school. They ain't no questioning them else.
Oh,
Whether you pass or fail, bro,
Nah,
they
bro,
good.
I'm
They good.
good.
They've
got
seen
tenure. They don't even care.
they've seen a lot of you drop out. They keep it moving.
They know it's 20,000 students at that school. We good.
Good.
We are good.
Them five that just left. All right,
Go
then.
see financial aid.
We come back with a recap. We also got to give you these ATT, SAT scores in the recap. So stay with us, Sister Crush.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Go to this Crush Recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
The Blunt Power 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about
Blunt Power.
by going to their website at bluntpower.com or go to their Facebook or Twitter page at Blunt Power. Real quick note, tonight your boys will be on CBS 46. We did a little shot today. So. Wendy, we know you.
I mean, we're on roll here to 7:55.
I got here early tonight. So
You did, but you could have got here even earlier.
Back though.
I was just chilling.
Back though.
I know.
You're killing it now.
I'm trying.
Well, football season ain't kicked in yet.
Yeah, it has.
Well, I'm just joking. Hey, so check us out tonight, man. CBS 46. Trace Hudson, thank you for coming by. Appreciate the love.
Hey, man, it's a kid out here. Brandy sent you the tweet also. 6'8",
yeah,
420 pounds.
Wow.
High school?
High school kid. Yeah. His nickname is Shade Tree.
Oh, it's in the country. We know what a shade tree is.
6'8",
basically a tree.
420 pounds. He gonna get a look just because of his size.
He's a monster.
Size matters.
Yeah. Wendy, you got those ACT things for me?
Of course I do.
I'm just playing. I'm just asking.
Let's get these dates in, Wendy, because y'all.
I want to hear y'all say we ain't say it this time.
Parents, y'all need to sign up for this stuff.
We said it.
As Benny Lee chimes in again, says Dallas would not make the playoffs. You just have my dinner ready, because we're gonna have a better record than you.
Benny's consistent, man.
Man, me and Benny, I'm taking after I win this bet. Benny gonna take me to Fogo de Chao. He making them big dollars like that. Let's go, Wendy.
You know what? So you've already missed the first test date of the year.
You've already missed it, y'all.
Time to register for it, because the first test date for SAT is this Saturday morning.
You already behind the 8 ball, everybody.
And then the first one for ACT is going to be September 9th, but the registration deadline was August 4th. So let's go ahead and move you on to October. So both tests are given during the month of October. October 7th, there's an SAT. You need to register by September 8th. There's an ACT on October 28th. You need to register by September 22nd. Then it starts alternating months.
Right.
You have a November SAT, a December SAT, but you don't have another ACT until December. So for those of you that are trying to qualify and try and sign an LOI, you need to make sure you got a test date coming up very, very soon, which means you need to be on this October book. The December test date will get you your scores back by January 11th before signing day.
And there
Just
it is.
FYI. And just in case some of you don't qualify, remember the signing period is open longer than just that. There's a national signing day, but the period is open until almost like sometime in April. We talked about this earlier. I'll have to get the exact date for you, but you can keep taking the test to try and qualify.
Right.
Okay, so don't get nervous because you just haven't gonna think that it's all over and you quit. No, you can continue to take the test. There are tests all the way up until July.
And also, we say it a lot. We've said it before. Check with your counselors about getting
a fee waiver.
A fee waiver.
Man, go see your principal. I mean, I said principal. Go see your counselor, man. Go see somebody.
If you want, you talk about the money.
Counselor.
Yeah,
Talk
ask
about
about
fee
it because
waiver.
the tests do get expensive. But what I will tell you is when you do get a waiver for the ACT, it also comes with free practice. And if you're not using that free practice that comes with it, don't come to me complaining about that test again and your scores.
But what if I got on True Religion? Should I still be trying to get a fee waiver?
Okay, so this is actually the rule with the fee waivers. Let me tell you the truth. The truth with the fee waivers is you're supposed to be on some type of free or reduced lunch to qualify for it. But now they do just give them to the counselors, and the counselors are supposed to give them out to those people that are on free and reduced lunch. And I'm sure that you can just ask, and you know, if you have a extenuating circumstance.
Can I get one of those waivers?
Because it does get expensive. They're like $50 to take a test. And so if you're taking it multiple times since you can't get your scores, it gets quite expensive.
Yeah, but if I hit that 700 million, we gonna be gone.
What? I'm out of here. Let me tell you something. I'm sending everything in the mail to everybody.
Look, that just might be a bad bougie sending first class just because.
With no-
Here it is.
With a no return address. You can have this.
Listen, even though I'm gonna win the lottery tonight, I'm gonna still be here.
No, I'll come here.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the other spot.
It's a different situation.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the other spot.
We talking about the other things that we deal with.
I'm about to tell them,
And I'm gonna get the helicopter though. I've been pricing helicopters for about 2 weeks now.
Stop it.
Then after what I saw, after traffic frustrated me so bad the other day. I've never sat in traffic like that. It's been so long since I sat in traffic like that.
That's me. Because I go against, and I'm only 7 miles from the school.
Yeah.
So I'm just going down South Fulton Parkway every day.
Right.
That's easy.
Right.
If I have to come here and it's some traffic, like I lose all sense of mind.
Hey man, thank God for iTunes. Yeah. I had a concert going in the car.
Got to.
Man, I'm talking about Elton John.
I'm at a tuna when I get there.
Tears for Fears. I mean, boy, I was feeling some kind of way.
You pulled Tears for Fears out.
Oh man, boy.
That's the jam.
I mean, yeah, it is. But when you go to that rotation, you
Yeah,
about to get
man,
done.
shout. Everybody want to rule the world.
Shout out
Man.
to what day they them, man, on another station in Atlanta. Because they play Spread My Wings, My Troop.
Oh.
They were rocking the day in that 5 o'clock traffic.
Oh, that was Jan. Do they do a Quiet Storm?
Yeah, at night.
They do? Man, they need to hire me and Mel. Me and Mel had the mean.
Oh.
We had the mean slow jam tape for $3.
They probably had the voicemail with the
I had
answer machine.
I had
with the
ready for the
music in
world.
back.
I had ready for the world.
And then they come on with the voiceover.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dating ourselves. Hey,
But sit in the closet with the long cord
Wow.
until I got my own line. When I got my own line, that was a game changer, there, boy.
Put you in the game.
What?
we had our own phone. My brother had our own number. We thought we was just
Yeah,
it.
boy. Oh man.
My number still turned on at my mama and my. They ain't let their number go.
Oh, for real?
Wow.
But you know what? They turned mine. Mine is the internet line.
Yeah.
It's
So
in
mine
that
was
line.
like, you remember you used to have Ring Master. You had one.
Yeah,
Ring one, but if you was on the phone, it would beat 2 times. That was the other line ring.
Yeah,
I had the other line.
Yeah, and I also give y'all, I don't know if the kids still do this no more, but like they never could catch me in that 3-way thing. Somebody call me.
And
I be like,
they be on the other
I
line
be
quiet.
like, hold on, let me call you back. I hang up and then be like, call them back. Yeah, I'm not falling for
Yeah, we're
that.
not doing that.
Nah. No.
Trying to get me caught.
Yeah, trying to get me caught up. Well, then you, hold on, let me call you back. Hey man, Nah,
we're not going for it.
No. And then I cut the ring off in a heartbeat too, cause I had one of them see-through phones, so it glowed at night.
I know what's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you stupid. It glowed.
Yeah, it did.
I know what you talking
Had
about.
a little light in there.
Yeah.
That thing glowed. But then even though we had our own line, your mama be like, "Hey, all right, boy, get out that phone." Cause when you didn't have your own line, she was able to just pick up the phone, and be like, "Boy, get out that phone."
Right.
Really? No, these kids with cell phones now. I mean, they got it good.
If y'all really knew how long them cords used to go from one room to the next, it would be, you could catch them in a door and they still let you talk. Because you close the door on that line because you don't want, you be like, just, where he at, man? Let me just pull the cord.
I used to be all in the closet on the phone, boy.
No, sir.
Man, what? Mackin'? I ain't saying nothing, girl. What you going to tomorrow?
Yeah.
What you wear tomorrow, girl?
I can't. I cannot.
You want to dress like tomorrow, girl? What you wearing tomorrow?
Tell my son.
What you wearing tomorrow?
Hey, did you see what you call had on today? Yeah, I bust that
man,
on.
look, let me tell you something. Don't let me score no touchdown on Friday and come back through that Monday, boy. Boy, woo!
Did you glide through the school?
Oh, about what? But Letterman jacket, it ain't even Letterman jacket season yet. I got it on, boy. Y'all don't wear no Letterman jackets no more, man. Y'all know that about that.
Yeah.
Y'all young.
I don't know why y'all even get Letterman jacket these days.
Forget about it, man. That's why y'all sit the bench at all these schools, man. Y'all youngins, man.
Thank you, Leah. I'm surprised you made it.
Went behind the ear. She was here early, too.
Yeah.
She was early, too?
She was early.
Must be today.
Boy.
It must have been some
She like, dude, look, I got to let it fall bad and bougie.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mace.
Hey, man. No doubt. No doubt.
It's high school football. We'll be somewhere this week.
Yeah, we going to see somebody.
So
we might pull up on you.
Be ready. See y'all next week. Peace.